Chip, how are you?
Great. Good to see you.
Very good to see you. Very good to see
Good
you.
to see, yeah.
Where are you
great.
now?
I'm sitting in my office in Pittsburgh.
Okay, good.
Yes.
I'm in
How
my
are you?
home. I'm in my home in London. I'm not allowed to go to the office yet.
Oh, gosh.
I know.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Oh my God, it's
Very difficult.
completely crazy. The world is really upside down. But it is what it is. We have to keep going.
That's right. We got to keep going.
Exactly. I agree. And I'm super happy to talk to you. And I'm so happy that you guys are coming in.
Well, I missed you on the first round, and I feel bad about that. I mean,
I know.
Chip, I should have got in on the first round, and I didn't.
Well, today is a fantastic day for Extreme E. It's one of our greatest days. And I want to welcome Chip. I want to welcome the whole team, Ganassi, because, like Chip said, we've been looking and working together and doing something together for a long time now. And now, finally, we succeed in that objective. And, the core of Extreme E, it's a race. It's a car race. It's a real race. And to have in the championship a team like Ganassi with its experience, its history, its will to win, to compete, I think gives incredible credibility to Extreme E. So it's a great day for me. I'm actually looking forward to those trips in the Arctic and in the rainforest and so on with Chip. We will have some fun on those trips, and it's going to be a whole new experience for in the motorsport. And I think we're going to do great things. So today, welcome, very warm welcome to Chip and to the Ganassi team to Extreme E.
I think for the people out there, they need to understand our 4 core principles of our team and what we stand for. And we call it PIIP: performance, innovation, integrity, and partnership. So the innovation side of what Alejandro is doing here is very important to us. Obviously, we felt, like I said earlier to Alejandro, I was very interested in Formula E when it got started. So I didn't want to pass on this opportunity. And because one of our things we're founded on, one of our principles is innovation, and innovation takes a lot of forms in the world today. And in motorsports, it often follows what's happening in the global automotive industry. And we need to recognize that, and we need to stay relevant in the industry. For myself, someone like myself that has a team, we need to stay relevant in the sport, but we also need to be, what we're doing needs to be relevant in the social landscapes. And that's what I think is so interesting about this formula. Whether we're going to the desert or the rainforest or the Arctic, these different ideas, I think, are all right in line with innovation and where the global automotive industry is headed. I want to be a part of it.
Well, it's great to see we have a fantastic group of teams in the championship. I would say the biggest independent teams out there in the world, probably from the States, from Germany, from other places. But it's a really strong lineup of teams. And now the second phase is going to start, where we are going to see these teams choosing their drivers. And then the driver lineup will also tell us a lot about how exciting the racing is going to be. In this time now, teams for the first time ever are going to have to choose 2 drivers, a man and a woman. And I think that, and like I said before, it's not that we had this big plan on gender equality or we had this predetermined. This is a different race format. This is like when you're playing tennis, it's a mixed doubles. But I think that's revolutionary also in motorsport, and I think it's going to add to the race a great element. So I think now we have the teams. We will soon announce the full grid of teams. These teams will start choosing their drivers. They will have to look at the best combination of drivers. And it's not only the drivers, it's always the drivers, the engineers, the mechanics, and the best package to win. All the machines are all the same, at least for the first 2 seasons. So there is no big advantage there. So what will be really important for the competition will be how those drivers adapt to the format, how they work with each other, how they work with their team, how they do the setup of the car in very challenging conditions, because this is what we want. It's not going to be easy to set up a car in the middle of, the Arctic or in the rainforest or in the desert, but that's the challenge. And we're going to showcase electric power, electric SUVs. I've been driving that car, Chip, and it's absolutely incredible. I mean, the sensations are, they're crazy. So you will see when you get the chance. It's fantastic. So yeah, so that's going to be very exciting on the next weeks coming, and months, how to see which drivers are going to join the championship. There is great interest from many drivers, big drivers all around the world. So very excited by that.
I'm somebody that sort of lets the performance side of things speak for themselves, and I quite honestly, I'm not one to come in with a big flash and splash and what have you. I mean, I think we go in, we study the rules, we study the formula, and we try to do the best we can to represent our partners and our sponsors. And I think it's something we've always lived by. We're not we're a group of engineers that approach a problem like an engineer would, and that's what we find so exciting about this formula. And I think I think when you have leadership like Alejandro, it's bold leadership and a guy that's not afraid to lead the way in these type of things. It makes for a good combination, I think.
Thank you, Chip.
Our current drivers, I'm sure, are very interested. But I mean, again, I think it's a thing where we want to come in with, when you're starting something new, you want to cross off as many variables as you can. So I would think we would have somebody that has a little bit of off-road experience, and I can't say my stable's exactly overloaded with that type of experience. Mm-hmm. So, but we think we have a few connections in the industry, and we have some feelers out currently, and we're pretty excited about the response so far we've had.
Well, for me, it's great to see, and of course, I have to say that Chip from the beginning, even when we started Formula E, he was up for it, and this is just a show of how the times are going. I actually just got a call out of the blue on my cell about an hour ago from Damon Hill, former Formula One champion. He's a great person, and just to chat about cars, electrification, the direction of the sport, and it's really going on this direction. I'm not saying, because I'm a big fan of combustion racing, and I've been there all my life, and I think that has, of course, a long life in front of it. But definitely there is a trend, a very strong trend, and I think the word is the word that Chip was using: relevance to the industry, relevance to the society, and I think electric racing ticks that box. So to see a name today as Chip Ganassi coming and joining let's call it the electric revolution, I think it's great, and it's a fantastic sign for motorsport as a whole.
Some cars have the engine in the front. Some cars have an engine in the rear. Some cars have the engine in the middle. They all have four tires, which are really just four patches of rubber connecting themselves to the earth or the racetrack or whatever. And we feel like we've been successful. They all have some sort of power plant. They all have some sort of drivetrain. They all have centers of gravity, and they all weigh a particular amount. And we think we have some expertise to bring, having experience with all these different formulas we've been in. So in that respect, I think we have something to bring to the party, if you will. So I'm very, very anxious to get started, and again, this is a great challenge, and some of the greatest challenges attract some of the greatest competitors. And you heard Alejandro speak of the people that are interested in this and the other teams. So, you know, I want to measure our team against against great teams. If you want to be a great team, you need to measure yourself against other great teams. And that's what I look to do here as well.
Excellent. Well, Chip, great.
I'm ready, man. I'm ready. Let's go.
Excellent. Let's go. And
when will I see you? When will I see you?
Well, as soon as I can get a flight, I'll come to the States. We do something. I come and see you. I come to one of your races, and then we plan for next year.
Okay, great.
Take care.
All the best.